Alright, I finally put together the Hampton Bay Glendale ceiling fan, the 42-inch version. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good air move. I just tested it before I recorded this video, and I'm actually pretty impressed. I actually thought it would be a very poorly made version of the 52-inch one, but it's actually pretty good. So it moves more air than the 42-inch landmark, so definitely a lot better than that, and it's more solid. It's basically the same thing as the landmark, but it's more fancier looking in my opinion. With the blade arms, motor housing. It's basically the same exact thing as my Glendale 52-inch version, but smaller. It's almost like I use a shrink ray on it. But yeah, I'm definitely glad I bought this fan for $60. Definitely worth the price. Well, that is if you are going to use a new fan. But I'm definitely going to use it somewhere. Probably, I could also use it as a fan in a laundry room one of these days. But yeah, it's definitely a good fan for its size, especially being a newer fan. And it's actually a quick connect fan. I'm surprised, as the 52-inch version isn't. You can see the little rubber garments on it. And yeah, let me show it with the light. It's actually pretty cool having a smaller version of the 52-inch one that I have. I like it a lot. It's kind of like seeing the 42-inch version of Summer Breeze, even though this isn't as powerful. It's pretty good. Now let me do it on low, and I have the pull chain, the complete pull chain on it, wrapped around the light kit so it won't get stuck in between the little vents on the motor. I already feel a nice little breeze from it over here. So I would say that this is probably as powerful as a coastal breeze. To be honest, it's actually just as powerful as that. So yeah, it's definitely a pretty good air mover, without a doubt. Yeah, I've wanted one of these since they came out. I'm a fan collector, or a friend of mine that's a fan collector, will be getting to be one. He told me about them when they first came out, and I wanted one ever since. So if you're watching this, you know who you are. Thanks for letting me know about these. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have bought this to this day. I wouldn't even have been that interested in it, but I don't know. He was the one that kind of alerted me about these being a natural thing. So I am pretty happy that I finally have one. Heck, if I had my Glendale still installed in my bedroom, I probably would have put this in the kitchen, regardless of what my mom says. It would have been kind of nice to have them like right next to each other. But I'll definitely do it in my own place one of these days. Alright, let me show the low speed with the light on. I do like that it kind of has some of the features that the 42-inch landmark has, that like the light shades are the same exact ones as the landmark would use, a smaller one. Or the landmark 3, that is, sorry. But yeah, if you're a cake collector and you want to buy a new fan, definitely get this. This is not a bad fan at all. And it has those little ridges on it. And the 52 one doesn't have that. Now for medium. And the fan is pretty silent. Well, the bearings still need to be broken in a bit, but for being right out of the box and not even having the bearings broken in a bit, it's actually quite impressive. And I can feel a nice breeze from it right over here. I definitely am gonna, maybe like whenever I get my own place, I'll do a video of both the 52-inch Glendale and this one, the 42-inch Glendale, running side by side to each other in a basement or garage. I would actually like to do that. It would actually be pretty interesting. But yeah, I finally have the little brother of the 52-inch Glendale. I'm pretty glad that I bought it. I have no regrets at all buying this, even though it's a new fan. It's a new fan that I don't mind having, because actually it's pretty good. It's almost as good as the older fans, to be honest. Whips up. I don't know if they last. They probably won't last as long. Like 30 years, maybe not. But who knows? I mean, there are some other fans that are poorly made that still last a while, like Heritage fans that are from like the 90s or etc. But this is definitely better than Heritage, without a doubt. But yeah, I definitely am not gonna throw this away if it breaks down, which I doubt it will, since I'm not gonna be using it too much. Since it will be in the box for a while. Make sure it's white. But yeah, it's just pretty neat having a small version of this. Like, same thing with the low profile that I have in my living room. I definitely want to find a 42-inch version of it. A friend of mine, which is now my ex, she actually does her. They do have the 42-inch version of it in their dining room, but I don't know if I can probably get that. I'm still friends with her, but I could always try to see if I can get it from them. I just like having small 42-inch versions of the fans that I have. Like, if they made a 52-inch Infinity, I definitely would get that. Alright, let me move it up to high. It definitely moves a pretty good amount of air on high. At first I was afraid. I thought it would be like a poorly made Hampton Bay fan, but it's definitely one of the better made Hampton Bay fans they have on the market today. It's actually just as good as the older one. It's actually almost as powerful as... It's actually almost as... It's close to the Hampton Bay Cameron, too, but not as powerful, but I could say the quality of this is just about the same. Without a doubt. But yeah, I'm very impressed. I was gonna try to see if I can. I wanted to buy this also just to see if it was a good fan, so I can recommend this to my grandmother, so she can replace all her breeds. And I'm actually just gonna tell her to buy this because it's a good fan. Definitely more powerful than the Clarkson, which is also a 44-inch fan, but it's flush mount. But this is definitely blows more air. Bring it in closer so you can hear the air movement. Yeah, it's a very good. It's actually a very good air mover. I'm very impressed. For being a newer Hampton Bay, it's not bad at all. Even though it's a quick connect, it's actually a pretty good fan. Usually a lot of the quick connect fans that are made are very cheaply made, but it's actually pretty solid for a Hampton Bay. Almost, it's actually more solid than that Silent Breeze, the 100 Silent Breeze that I have, and actually more solid than the Coastal Breeze, believe it or not. It's actually just as powerful as those fans, to be honest. Not bad fan at all. I'm very satisfied with this purchase. I really am. I shut off the light on high. And once this video is over, I'll flip it over and show the bleach oak blade showing. It's definitely a nice fan. They just look so simple. Like, they look very basic for a newer fan, but they also have a little bit of a modern look to it, so that's why I like having Glendales. Definitely going to try to get the brushed nickel one and the oil rub bronze one of these days. I don't know when, but one of these days I'll definitely get one. If you ever have them on clearance, I'll definitely grab them. So, yeah. Alright, let me shut it off and do a spin down. I was debating about putting this in the fan closet, but it probably would take up space for another fan I can put in there. And since it still has this box and it still has all the carded, like the styrofoam that holds it in place, I'm probably going to put it underneath my bed. That's actually the other reason why I keep the 52-inch Glendale in the closet, because the styrofoam from it, I still have the original box from it, but the styrofoam we threw away, and because I didn't expect to take it down again. I actually started to use it for a while, but the box is also falling apart, so it's really no way I can store it in there. So that's why I have it in the closet, since this original box is basically not useful at all anymore. Unlike the box for this fan, which I'm going to put it back in once I'm done recording this video. Well, not this video, but once I'm done recording the bleached oak blade version of this, or showing you the bleached oak blades. Well, it's actually stopped quicker than I expected. Alright, that'll be the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.